Hello, and welcome to the Italian Nikuzuki stream. My name is Katie. Today is March 5th, and we're just finishing getting set up because, why wouldn't I still be getting set up? Mostly I just gotta get onto YouTube to make sure that everything's like going through, especially after apparently there was a whole like internet-wide outage today. I didn't even know that was happening. Although when I go and look at comments about it, it looks like it was actually happening mostly in Europe. But I can't tell. Alright. My cats just went nuts and exposed a free pin. So let's put that in there. My old prescription bottle. And we're going to actually move the laptop up onto the shelf because I made space for it. There we go. So I don't know what's up. The cats are acting nuts. They were like upstairs looking outside, like something was outside. I turned on the light, looked outside. I was like, there's nothing there. So we're not going to investigate this further because there's nothing good outside at night, especially in this cold. And now Flynn is like sounding like an actual demon raised from hell. I know he's got the post litter box zoomies, but come on, dude. This is abnormal behavior. And then I swear I heard someone out on a motorbike. Like, what? It's snowing again. Maybe it was a snowmobile. I don't know. It was some sort of motorized vehicle. If it was a snowmobile, that shouldn't be on the roads. If it was a motorbike, it shouldn't be on the roads right now either. Ugh. It's like back down to, I don't even know what the temperature is right now because it's gotten cold again. And I'm like in my hat. So it's minus 16 again. Before the wind chill. Let's see what it says with the wind chill. Yeah, it says minus 20 with the wind chill right now. Because like I'm downstairs in my toque. If it like, apparently minus 15 must be the line for being downstairs in a comfortable temperature. Anyway, so I double checked to make sure there's nothing outside. Like, there's nothing on the deck or anything like that driving them nuts. I don't know. My neighbor had her dogs out. So that could be why the cats were like, meh, at the windows. But it was like, it wasn't just Flynn either. I would believe that, like, he was just going nuts. But Dahlia was also scratching at the door. So that's where I got really concerned. I'm like, okay, you're both acting weird. What is actually going on? Apparently nothing. But I don't know, guys. Maybe the Sprites need more whiskey or something like that. I haven't given them enough whiskey since the summer. Is there a specific time you're supposed to give them whiskey, or just like whenever I kind of think of it, need help? I don't know. Okay, we are going to just work on the large box bags today, mostly because that's where my mental space is, and I do not have the rest of the stuff prepped for the Kato and big bags. That's something that we'll work on tomorrow. So we'll do the box bags today. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags worth of black twill tape and 3 bags worth of natural, I think. Let me see here. I gotta grab the natural tape actually, which is like all wrapped around up here. I don't understand why, but apparently that decision was made for me. It's like wrapped around a display stand. I don't even know why this display stand is there. It's totally past Katie's fault. I am not past Katie. I'm only current Katie. I just realized that actually the Sassy Cat with the wisteria on Aqua is probably going to look best with a off-white zipper, and I wonder if I have a teal zipper that would go with that. I would still need to cut webbing. No, it needs a black zipper. Okay, well at least that's an easy decision. Alright, let's see. So laundry cats will definitely get the slight twill because that looks good. But honestly, I think they would all look better with, no, we're going to go with a light twill for the botanical circles as well, because I just realized that they've got very light zippers, so we don't want dark zippers. Okay, so we have 3 for light twill and 6 for dark twill, and then I will double check on what we actually need for those big bags on the Kato too, because I remembered that they're custom orders today, and they may not have wanted the color of canvas, like the gray for the sloths like I selected, and I'm like, ah, crap. Of course I didn't check that before I sewed the bottoms on. Not a horrendously big deal. That is something that's really easy to fix, but it's just like annoying that I didn't even think of it until I was like driving home this morning, or yeah, whatever. 1, 2. So we've got weird acting cats, mental brain farts. Brain farts, I guess they're not mental brain farts, because brain farts indicates it's all happening in my head anyway. And children falling asleep in their dad's recliner. It was actually really adorable. My youngest was like, we're shifting them forward for daylight savings anyway, since we spring ahead in Canada on Sunday. And so like the kind of word to the wise, or if you can do it, is like shift your kids' bedtimes forward. And honestly, I think the youngest would work better with an earlier bedtime anyway. So that's what we've been doing. But they fell asleep in their dad's chair at like 6 p.m. tonight. So I also am prepared that I probably will have like a 5:30, maybe even a 4:30 wake up call this morning, like tomorrow morning, which isn't too bad. We have to be up by 6 when Dallas isn't here so that I can get them ready to go to school. I did forget to also pick up the tags for the drawstring bags this morning. Also very annoying, and I feel like a flake because I actually told her I was going to be there yesterday. So she's going to put them out, and I'm going to drive after I drop the kids off. First thing, I was supposed to go to the gym, but I'm like, I really need those tags for this week, so I'm just going to do it while I'm out, and hopefully it's like front of mind. So I think the big thing that I'll do is I'll put a reminder in my like phone calendar, so I'll be like, hey, listen, you need to go pick up these friggin' tags. But it might also be better to wait until a little bit later because it's snowing again. Like, all right, we need the snow. I'm not going to complain about that, but I would like a day where I'm able to just like drive in easy and not have to worry about it. So I guess we'll find out. The snow's not even in the forecast, and it's not like that like blowing off of building snow. It's definitely like snowing, because that happens too, but not tonight. Yeah, I know you got the cabin fever, I think. Flynn is, oh, you can see him actually because I've got the laptop higher up. So he's up here quality control inspecting. So please blame him for any mistakes that are made tonight. Oh, hopefully there's no mistakes tonight. Okay, so first things first, we're going to trim all these down. Now, given that the kids did go to bed so early, so my youngest was about 6 o'clock, they fell asleep, and then they're in bed by like 6:30. That is early for them. They've been trending around like 7:38 for the past few months. But given that I am going to be going to bed, or like wrapping up the stream around 10 o'clock tonight, just because then I hopefully get at least about 7 hours of sleep tonight. Ish. But the good thing with him going to bed so early is I did get laundry in, so that's nice. So, because they also need clothes. They've both gone through growth spurts, and I am not prepared, and so it's like they have 1 or 2 pieces that like fit well. So now I'm just like washing them over and over and over again. So I desperately needed to do laundry tonight. But at least a couple, like some of the stuff that fits well is in this load that's in the dryer right now. So hopefully that will tide us over until school on Friday. So the search for like secondhand clothes on Facebook continues. Trim. So I used to trim these threads after I installed everything and like turned them back out, but I'm finding that I get a better trim and actually pretty much faster, or at least about the same amount of time, by doing them now versus later. So that's why we're taking a little bit of time and just trimming all the top stitch threads down now. Because why not? May as well. And then the next step will be turning them so that we can clip the twill tape in, and then we will sew all the ends, and then we will cut the boxes of all the ends, and then we will do the things and the other things and the other things. Just realized I should do another print of the mini NCW while I'm down here and see if it prints out better this time or if it's like not going to. Alright, let's trim down the remainder here. Oh man, I keep seeing some of those other big bags in the box there, and I'm super excited to get them wrapped up and ready for you guys. I do have stock photos done for the March 15th update, at least the majority of it. There's a couple things I want to finish for it, and I need to take photos of things on mannequins, which hopefully it's sunny tomorrow so I can just do that. In front of the door, I want to get the Obi's purses also photographed for y'all, so that'll be a goal for tomorrow too. So goals tomorrow are wrap up on the pick your own orders and get photos for the update done. And I have to work on my taxes this week at some point. Maybe that'll be a Saturday, Sunday project when the kids are home and they can like... Oh man, I could hear the washing machine through the baby monitor. Okay, that was kind of creepy. Okay, but there's no babies making noise, so that's good. As long as there's no babies crying, we're good. Anyway, I do need to do taxes, but maybe we'll do that over the weekend when we can come sit down here and the kids can like watch TV and I can enumerate things. Ugh. What fun, she said. Working for yourself will be better than working for someone else, she said. There are benefits. There are benefits to working for someone else, though, too. Excuse me. I.e., having someone else prepare your T4 would be amazing. I miss that. This is how much you earned last year, and this is what you need to tell the government. Thank you. Why are you guys catching? Oh, lovely. Also, we had to move up in sock size today, and I don't know why that got me in the feels, but they've moved out of the like toddler socks. Like, so the toddler socks they have right now are quite, like, they're right on that edge, but they don't fit very well a lot of the time. And granted, the new socks are like too big, but they haven't been washed yet, so I have a feeling they're going to shrink in the wash a bit. But my eldest put them on and they're like, "This is a perfect fit, Mama." And I'm like, oh my god. 'Cause now they've got like little person socks instead of like baby socks. I think I've said this before, and I will continue to say it's one of the hardest things to communicate about being a parent is just how like bittersweet it can be. Because you're like, yeah, this is awesome. You're like getting more independent and you're doing things for yourself. And then you look at them also and you're like, I want my baby back. Don't mistake me. I am very happy with the stage we're in. Although, honestly, I didn't have a really rough newborn stage with my first. I had a rougher newborn stage with my second, simply because they were an angry potato for about 6 months because I had a bunch of tummy troubles. We had to formula feed, and it took a while to figure out what would sit well with them. They were much happier once they got onto solid food, and they like both had personalities right out the gate, but my second was definitely just an angry potato for quite a while. And like love them to bits, but their personality really came at about 6 months. So that made it easier. Having 2 pandemic children was also not the easiest, so for other factors. But anyway, I did enjoy the newborn phase, especially with my first, because it was like you could just pack them up and go do whatever the F you wanted with them because they didn't have an opinion and they're pretty laid back, so it's like sweet. All right, here we go. Now we can like clip in the twill tape wherever it went. Then we can sew the end seams. We're gonna have to install the zipper pulls on a lot of these as well. So now this is where that line that we iron into the bag comes in useful, is because that actually helps us center the fabric to itself. So I used to do this with like a ruler, but obviously not every fabric is cut perfectly and not every zipper is like, or like seam allowance on the bag is perfectly aligned. So putting the iron line down the center here for the zipper means I can actually align it better and truer to the actual fabric than if I were to do a measurement based system. At least that's what I tell myself. It's also just a nice easy hack basically to make sure that your fabric or your zipper is centered. Lots of people clip that spot, so lots of people do. There's lots of different ways to mark it. This is just the way I prefer for this style of bag. Alright. Do you know what? We're just going to say screw it and sew this first one. Because I'm like, I should install the other end. Do you know what? No. We're going to be rebels and do it differently tonight. Because why not? What was the discussion? I make the rules and I get to decide if I follow them or not. Ooh, I got some new dangle beads today for Progress Keeper stitch markers. So I'm going to make some of those up for the pop-up for Ancient Arts. Probably for Fibre Shindig too, because realistically, there's no point in holding them back for just the pop-up. Actually, maybe I will hold them back for the pop-up because they kind of fit more the floral theme that we're going for there. And it would be good to have some quick and easy stuff between those two events. So we'll see. Anyway, I got new beads and I also got a bead organizer that'll be better for like the seed beads that I use. The one I have right now is fine, but the lids on it are really loose. And yes, I know I could keep the seed beads in the actual like containers, but they're a pain in the butt to work out of. So this new one is like a big case with a bunch of little cases inside of it, and they're both like closed fairly well, so A, it should help keep children out of it, although they're getting sneaky about being able to get into stuff. But the other part of this is that like if I drop it, it's not just going to explode and like spill beads everywhere, because I have had that happen with the current case, and then it like broke a bunch of like the handles that actually keep it locked in place and stuff. So hopefully this new case works as well or better. I don't know what I'll do something with the current little drawer set, but I don't know what it is yet. So I also have to decide how I want to display these stitch markers. I'm like, there's a couple different ways. I could like display them on like one of those earring stands, or I could display them in a basket. I was like, I'm gonna put them on this like rack I have, but that's not gonna work because it's gonna be filled up with the cord locks. So I'm like, damn it, how am I going to do this? I like the idea of the earring stand the most, because then that will actually give me some height on my table easily. Although we're achieving that pretty well with like the stuff that's holding the planner pouches and bookmarks and eyeglass cases and all of that. So I don't know yet. One of the big things I need to do for Fibre Shindig is take another look at the booth dimensions, because I forgot to do that for Airdrie. Got to Airdrie and hadn't like clued into the fact that it was an 8x10 booth. So my plans were like completely, or well, not completely, but they were kind of kiboshed by the fact that there is like less space in the booth than I had been anticipating. Totally my fault. But good reminder to double check all the dimensions. I think Fibre Shindig is also 8x10. That's what Airdrie Creekside Fibre Festival was as well. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh, and I've got it. Yeah, and I do have to get all of this work done for the listings this week, because we have Vogue Knitting on March 16th, which is super exciting. I really liked doing the virtual shows in the past, and so I'm excited to get back to them in some format, and hopefully I have lots of attendees. This is all obviously dependent on the number of attendees and sales and all of that. Although it's been really cool seeing some of you all come back if you've purchased from me in the past, because some of the purchasers that I had over the Boxing Week sale were actually people that obviously had purchased from me from like the Vogue virtual knitting sales and stuff like that. So that was really cool to see. So, or around that point, whenever it was. Okay, so now we're going to try putting the zip pull on here like this. And then we're going to pop it on like this. And it's actually got to go on this end, because this is a directional print. Everything is stiff because of the interfacing. Oh, you don't like that. So let's do it this way. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Wait. If I do it this way, then it needs to be popped in like this, because I need to pull towards myself. That's what we're trying to do. Pull towards me. Pull towards me. Pull towards me. Yeah, I'm glad I said that I was only going to be on until about 10, because I am also tired. Oh, fine. Ooh. Why would you do this to me? That's a reference to Cookie Monster and Gogger. They run a food truck, and they go around and they like visit different food things in the States. And then, but one of the lines that it always is like, Cookie Monster, why would you do this to me? Oh, if you have a chance to watch it, it's still like very entertaining. Is it a kid's show? 100%. But I'm pretty sure most of us probably grew up with Sesame Street in some portion. There we go. Finally. Technical difficulties. Even when it's super low tech. Anyway, Yeah, it was just super cute. When we got sick and tired of watching Elmo, that's what we switched to. Although now we should go back and watch more Elmo because it's like, I think we would actually have more benefit from it now than later or earlier. Okay, come on. Let's get you sewing. Okay, so I was saying that I was probably going to get through to like box edges. I don't know if I'll get through to box edges the way this is going right now. We'll do our best. That's all I can promise. Okay. There you go. Line it up. I have not started any of my new books yet. I've been playing my mindless mobile games. Playing like an idle cat game. Whatever they call them. Idle empire games, I think is the genre. Called Cat Snack Bar. It's really fun. It's like you feed little cats different little snacks all the time. Which also led me to Cats and Soup. And it also led me to, what one did it lead me to? It's one of the merge games. Gossip Harbor. Kept advertising that one. I'm like, fine, I'll try it. And I'm enjoying that too. They're just like low stakes, no stress. I really like Cooking Diary. But it can be stressful. Just in like how fast paced it has to be. So these are a lot more chilling with the kids games. Like they can climb on me while I play them and stuff, instead of like, get off of me because I gotta like be quick with this dish that I'm cooking. No, that's not fun right now. So that's okay. The game's not going anywhere. I can always play it later. But that's what part of my like wind down / transition is those. Yes, I should be reading instead, but whatever. It'll all work out. I'm not worried. Yeah, actually we might get through these. I don't know. We'll see. I think we'll at least get through sewing the end seams. Which will be good. Super excited to see how these turn out. Hi Flin Flon, what's up? Really? That's quite a statement. Yeah, buddy. How are you? You need to treat all your little wounds again, hey? Yeah. They're doing good. We found out that he's allergic to chicken. Very abruptly over the summer, like right after that emergency vet visit. But what I didn't anticipate was the fact that all the wet food that we had stockpiled from Costco has chicken in it, and so he consumed a lot of this when we were on vacation in January. So now he's got a bunch of little allergy sores and I have to treat. Poor booger. Let's see, I'll have to make sure that I do that. It's like basically it's just an antiseptic soap to clean them up, and it is helping. So I just got to be a little bit more on top of it. That is not the right way. That's the right way. There we go. Because the zipper pull in this case, has to go in towards the bag. Hey, Mr. Flynn. Climbing into the boxes. All right. All right, I was going to try to reprint the mini NCW as well and see if I can get the mark to line up. There's a few suggestions for how to get it done. There we go. So I do want to get some What was the other one? Oh yeah, I was talking about the Miss Freckles Designs one. I should also test out one of her other ones because I feel like it was actually easier than the NCW, except for the turning. The NCW was easier to turn, so I think the mini size might just be a better option. The regular size NCW, so this is the necessary clutch wallet, is quite large. Like it's like a 12 slot wallet sort of thing, and I think the mini is about 6. I guess we'll find out when I make it. Yeah, I think that's the thing I should probably do fairly soon, especially for like Omatsuri and such coming up. And then what else? Oh yeah, there's another one I want to work on, but she doesn't allow any video of it, and I'm like, well, that's kind of tough when I like stream all the time. I don't know. I get like not wanting someone to do like a tutorial on it. That's totally understandable, but like 0 video on it is kind of intense right now, given how like Instagram Reels and stuff have gone. What I should probably do is just message her and be like, so can I do it this way, or is this like nothing? Alright, we got 1, 2, 3 more to do that on. Which means, oh no, I have enough zip pulls. Sweet. Actually, having the zipper jig here works really well, so I will remember that. It might just stay set up there actually, so that'll be good. Now the only problem is that this is non-directional, so I have no clue which direction this zip pull is supposed to go on. Wish me luck. I'm probably going to need it. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe this will make it not matter. Like the easiest one of the bunch. Well, I will take that jinx over it being the most difficult one. Whatever. Oh dear. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Like that. And there. Oh, I don't know if I updated it yet or not, but I did watch some really cool documentaries about like how they get those really black dyed silks for the black kimono. And then also a painting one. So I will see if I've put them on the playlist or not. And if I haven't, then I will try to track them down again because they were very interesting. I think I sent the links to Carolina, so if I don't have them in my history still, I can just like, I'll just look it up through that. But yeah, if I ever talk about videos in live stream, I have a playlist actually of the videos I talk about. So, you know, whenever you kind of stumble across these, because I know the internet is forever, hopefully the playlist still exists. Alright. I guess that would be the question, is if the playlist still exists or not. Okay. There we go. Now we need a black. And in it goes, and under the needle. Okay. I'm going to move all the handles out of the way because they are just going to get knocked off otherwise. And then let's hope that I have just as much luck with this one as I did the last one. And then I just realized I also need to start winding my next bobbin thread. Okay, because yeah, excuse me, I don't have any idea which direction this one's supposed to go either, so. Let's see if it's this way. That is the wrong way to even try to install it. There we go. I'm going to install one of these upside down one of these days when I'm like super tired and in the middle of like show prep rush. You know it. I call it. I will be making a mistake at like 2 days to Dawson Creek or something like that. Last couple that I throw into the batch. You just know it. Okay. There we go. Sweep and sweep. And lined up. Excellent. Pop this underneath. Got 2 more on this side to install, and then the interior seams are always easier, so we might get to the boxing of these yet tonight. That would be amazing, because like we might actually be able to get the majority of the box bags done tonight. Actually, I am going to say we're gonna at least get the end seams done, and that's pretty good for like just over an hour's worth of work. Be like what, like an hour and a quarter? Yeah. Got another half hour ish. So we should be able to get the rest of that done at least. And then hey, my laundry will be done and I can put it in the dryer when I go upstairs. I like this. This worked out well. And the only reason I'm not working until late is because we are in that rough transition for daylight savings right now. And well, I'm hoping to have the rough transition mostly done this week. But I do anticipate a couple of early mornings this week, and so I just want to be as well rested as I can be. So I'll probably still go upstairs and like play my transition game and stuff like that. But at least I'll be in bed resting instead of like down here sewing. There is a difference. Flynn's like destroying the inside of a box. All right, dude, go off. I just realized I've got a kimono to cut up for tote bags, and it will be glorious. Tote bags and kato bags. It's actually a wedding kimono that a Fibre artist friend, Yoriko, donated to me. Basically, she was like, I have a friend getting rid of one, do you want it? And I was like, yes. So, but that was like 2 years ago now, and I haven't done anything with it, so I probably should do something with it. And also send her a thank you gift from it, because that was extremely generous of her. And her friend as well. It was used for like school plays and stuff like that apparently, which is super cool. So whoop. All right, we're just about there. Now we do the other side, and this is the easier side in some ways because it's the close end of the zipper, so we don't have to like kind of guess where the teeth are going to line up. The teeth just line up. Now the only question is where did all of the oh, it fell down underneath. It got pushed off. Okay. 1, 2. Oh. Apparently there's like 4 pieces down here of twill tape. But there's only 3 bags. Alright, we're not going to question that. We'll just pop pop it back up there and we'll use it later. Whatever. I bet you I was missing a piece last time I was sewing box bags, wasn't I? And that's probably the piece that I was missing. I wonder if there's another piece down there. It is the pile, so probably. It's one of the things I need to get better about this year, is I need to get like an organization system for the pile before it becomes the pile. So like, I need like 3 bins at the end here, kind of like scraps for me, scraps for my friends, garbage. Because like there's still garbage. I'm not going to give her these like zipper tab ends that I'm going to cut off, because that's not going to be very good for stuffing, I don't think. It's got metal and stiff teeth and everything like that. It's not fun. Yeah. And I'm not going to use it. So I guess it'd actually be 3 piles of like, be 1 pile for her, and then a pile of Japanese scraps that I would sort through for myself, and then a like actual garbage pile. But instead of having to like go through the pile every 3 months, just do it as I actually do stuff. I'm sure I have a bin somewhere that I could implement that with, so maybe I'll take a look for that later. Oh, I lied. I did the closed end on that zipper. Why? Why would you do that? Leave the easy work for the end. Or the middle, like it is right now. It's not hard. It's not like it's hard to sew over the open zipper, but it is harder than sewing over the closed zipper, that's for sure. So, but hey, all of these are going to turn out gorgeous. I'm excited to show you when they actually get turned out into their proper little box bag configurations. It's still insane to me sometimes that you can take something flat like this and make it 3D. Like, it's so cool. Although realistically, that's the same cool magic with like knitting and crochet, as well as taking like string and making something 3D. Like, how does that happen? Okay, apparently I also did it on this one. Come on, Katie. You know you prefer doing these first. Alright, hopefully I didn't do it on the non-pre-made zippers. I guess we'll find out in a moment. Alrighty. Oh yeah, no. I've already done that end. Oh, you are very off center though. The heck? It's like lined up. No, it's not lined up with the interior. Because that's the line there, right? Yeah, that's the line. Huh. Okay, well actually let's measure that and just make sure, because it like looks mostly centered. But I could believe that it didn't end up centered. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that's good. What about this side? Nope, there's a significant amount more. Like a good ½ inch more on the right hand side. Alrighty. Maybe we'll seam rip that because that is too much. It must have shifted while I was sewing it or something, so we'll just seam rip it, re-sew it, and then we'll flip and do the other side at the same time. Get you out of here. Get you seam ripped. Where did I seam rip? Should have been there, but there it is. Haha, success. Can I pop it? Pop the stitches, please, without tearing the fabrics. If this were actual show push, I wouldn't be doing this. You'd be going into timeout. So you are a very lucky bag. True story. This is part of how that whip pile gets like so big sometimes. Because seam ripping is disruptive. Is it necessarily a good practice? No. Does it save me time during show prep? Yes. Although actually I think there's not as many like ones that have been partially sewn as I thought. Most of what I have is like the stuff that's been cut, and then I just don't make it for whatever reason. So I think a big focus of what we need to do this year is like sewing up what I haven't sewn up yet. And that'll add variety to the shelves and stuff like that, which will be good too. So it's not all old fabrics, and it's not all new fabrics, and just a nice variety for all tastes, hopefully. There we go. The other nice thing is that if I bring in some different like shapes and stuff like that, that always makes fabrics look different too. So that'll be good. There we go. Almost there. Sweet. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. All right, now where's that line? There's the line. Okay, and then we're going to try and carry it down all the way. So it's lined up all the way through the bag. There we go. Good. Good. Better. Okay. All right. Pinch. Flip. Fold. So. There we go. Let's go. Attack. Okay. I don't know why I backstitched there. We are just cutting that off later. All right. Ugh. All right. There we go. That is well aligned now. Good, good, good. Okay. Let's get the other side done. It's going to need a little bit more finagling to get it into place here. There. There. And underneath. And go. Lift the foot. Foot down. Alright. Could I have chain piece from there? Yes, I didn't think of that until I clipped the threads. Oh well. Okay. Black cat. Zoom. And we're going to pop it so that the zipper is lined up with that iron line at the bottom. Tape. And in. And across. Okay. Line up. Line up. Okay. Go. Let go. And flip. And that's the side we've already sewn. So it needs to be this side, and we're gonna open, and then we're gonna sew there, nice and flat. Alright, so we're going to get all the end seams done, and then we will box and finish these tomorrow, along with the finishing of the big bag and the kata that I have as well. I'm pretty pleased with the amount of work we got done, though, in the hour. Definitely worth coming down and just kind of pounding out these last few things as much as we could, basically. And then as this transition is like completed, hopefully, I'll be on later the next few nights. So, and earlier as well if the kids actually go to bed as early as they have been. It'll be good. Good. Okay. Wait. Hey, sweet. Only 2 more ribbons to install. That's good. And actually what I should do on this is start the next bobbin. That lined up and winding, and we can finish sewing this in. Okay. Zip, go across, do the back stitch because that's what I need 2 hands for, and start the bobbin winding. Excellent. All right. Last one for tab installation right now. All right, trim these apart, clip, stay there, don't worry. Okay, that one's ready, and the small box bags that are over here. So the song that is the earworm that's stuck in my head right now is Trombone by Little Sis Nora and Aaron Chupa. And it is like slyly suggestive. And it's in my hype workout mix. Actually, I think it's on my running track playlist, and it just makes me laugh every time I hear it. So it's staying on my running playlist. Got a good like BPM, and it makes me laugh, and that is one of the most important things with my running playlist most days. I have also rejoined the gym because I gotta get swole. No, I need to build muscle for my running. Is the big one. And I don't know why, but the first few days I was like super nervous about going, and now it's like, oh yeah, I got this. So that was a nice transition, and I actually didn't realize that I had made it. I was so sore last week though. I swear my quads were sore from squats for like, I was probably pushing 4 days. It was supposed to be the easy week too, because this is all like adaptation workouts and like, just like, I don't know where I'm at for my actual strength in weights and stuff like that. And actually it's higher than I anticipated, and higher than I anticipated, which I am going to credit to baby lifting. But that's also why I need to actually get better strength, is because they're not getting any smaller. So I want to be able to heft them around as long as I can, basically. But yeah, I definitely pushed it a little bit too hard with the legs. I also did the leg workout right before I did that really big push with my 10K to see where I was at like a high race pace. And that did not help, because that was like just too brutal. Oh no. No, I was smart. I did do an upper body day that day. Because I was like, I don't want to wear my legs out before I do that sort of test. But then I was sore when I went into leg day. That's what happened. And then I just remained sore for like 3 days afterwards. I'm recovered now. We're all good now, but this transition is no joke. Kind of like how transition in labor is no joke either. Not that I would really know. I had a very good epidural, especially for my second. Thank goodness. I still remember with my second laboring, of course, almost to the end sort of thing, and the delivering doctors like pressing the cloth to me and being like, does that help? And I'm like, I can't even feel it, so I don't know. Like, that means that like my pain meds are working, but I can't tell you. Thanks for your effort. Okay, well, 2 more seams on this end, and then we'll flip and do the rest of them. And then we'll do the zipper tack down, and then I'm going to bed. Because, yeah, that'll probably push us right up against 10 o'clock. And it'll be a nice, like, natural stopping place, too, to just do all the end seams and then call it for the night. And tomorrow, yeah, we'll be doing boxing of the edges, handle installation. I do need to add 1 more bag to this mix. But actually, we'll do that after I get stuff kind of sorted. There we go. Oh, yeah, we're good. What else do I need to do tomorrow? I need to go get the tags, and we're going to also then sew the drawstring bags. I don't know if this is all going to happen on camera. This is like ambitious goals. So I think we'll focus in on getting the box bags and like pick your own orders done tomorrow. And then we will do anything extra after that. So we'll find out. I will definitely be streaming at least in the afternoon. Like post my lunchtime, so about 12:30 Mountain Standard Time. Just a heads up, because we are heading into daylight time, I will start referring to my time as Mountain Date, like MDT, especially on Instagram, which means that I am on Mountain Daylight Time. We do spring ahead. So the current time right now is 9:51 p.m. On Sunday, that is going to, it would be like 10:51 right now. It's almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, so I will start referring to it as mountain, like MDT instead of MST, because I know not everyone changes time, even in Canada. I'm pretty sure Saskatchewan, at least, doesn't go by daylight savings time. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like that's correct. Don't quote me on that as I like broadcast that, what I think is a fact, to the internet. But yeah, I think Saskatchewan doesn't change time. I think actually even places in like BC and places in Alberta don't typically change time as well. Like I think Fort St. John stays on Pacific. Which if that's the case means that Fort St. John in the summertime is actually 2 hours behind Calgary and area. Again, don't quote me on this, but I feel like that's correct. I know there's a few areas. Anyway, if you see me switch, when you see me switch from MST to MDT, that's why we're on daylight time, starting on Sunday. I'm not looking forward to this. They actually proposed no longer putting us onto daylight time, and I was like, yes. Although, if you do that, please leave us on summertime. Like what we're springing ahead to. But, no shift. I do hate having to change time constantly, though. Also messes with how many hours ahead we are of Japan and stuff like that, and so that always messes up my head. Trying to figure out time, especially like, I haven't actually been in Japan since my exchange when we've had a time change, but like if we have another trip in November that falls on that time change, it is going to mess up our, I don't know, it's going to mess it up. Although realistically, we probably won't ever be there during that time because we're usually later in the month to hit the temple markets and stuff like that. So, and the time change for fallback at least typically happens early in the month as well. Oh, you are not connected at all right there. Okay, let's fix you. I'm glad we saw that before we turned to this bag. Excellent. Okay. You are very lucky. Some of you are very lucky bags that this is not show prep. Okay, let's pull this down, and we need to go down. Not far, but far enough. Actually, I'm gonna trim this back just a tick on those stitches. There we go. Just allows the like foot an easier time through all of this. There we go. I don't know why I went all the way across the end because it doesn't matter. We're gonna trim it off, but I did. Okay. Line that up a bit better. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, now that tape is very well adhered in there or sewn in there. Because it's not glue, it is thread. Can you imagine if I was able to like glue these bags together? It's always interesting now that I'm not in leather craft, but because I search a lot of those terms and like am in part of like Facebook groups about it and follow some leather crafters, it's always interesting to me watching how they construct their bags, and it does involve a lot of glue. It also involves a lot of stitching. But like one of their first steps is glue. Now I know that I could glue a lot of this stuff, like the zipper especially. Could glue or tape it or whatever. But seems like we get a good enough result without having to take the extra time and material to do that. So if I continue to have difficulties with the zipper tape, that might become a different story. But so far, so good, at least this round, with like how we installed them and the clipping. So we'll see how the big bags go this time, because that was the one that really showed the failings of the zipper tape, or at least where I noticed it, because yeah. There we go. are going to go in and we'll just do the tack down for the actual zipper so there's no interior holes. Because here's the thing, right now the zipper is not actually tacked down to the interior, it's just tacked down to the exterior. And if I were to leave it that way, there would be a hole in the bag. This way, if I go and tack the zipper down to the, like just through all the layers, it keeps everyone happy and settled. And that needs just an extra tick of stitches right there. Whee! There we go. Hadn't quite caught the edge of the lining. There. One side. I'm going to put this back here. Then we're going to flip it. I'm going to pull this back. Okay. So what I do try to do is match it up with the exterior stitches where I can, because that means that you don't end up with like a weird warble in the bag. I'm also going to trim down the zippers while I've got them here. The interfacing and the zippers. There we go. Into the thread catcher with you. Actually, we'll move you on around to the front because why not? That'll just make my life easier. Alright, that one is ready for its boxing exercise tomorrow. Okay. So the one thing I do really like about the zipper tape is that like there's much less waste in the zipper tape because I always have to trim down an end anyway. But like this is maybe an inch and a half of zipper versus like 2 to 4 inches depending on the size of the bag. Okay. Right, I gotta sew the zipper down now. Okay, so this, in this case, it's not going to work, so we're just going to tack it down as close to the edge as possible. And that is actually very close to where the exterior stitching was anyway. Good. Okay, and then I think on this end, yeah, as long as we stitch it here, we're good. There we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. 3 will be a third of the way through all of them and half of the way through the large box bag, so that's nice. Trim and trim. Yeah, I think we're sticking with the zipper tape just for the simple fact that there's so much less waste of zipper than with a pre-made. Also less stock overall to have to like hold because I just cut it off a zipper roll instead of having to have like 114-inch zippers. Or whatever the number is. It wasn't always 114-inch zippers, although it was quite often for like these common colors. I do think it does mean that I will end up reducing the number of colors I typically use, but I have so much stock right now anyway that that's going to take a few years. So, and I'm noticing with these newer fabrics that I am mostly gravitating to those colors anyway, so that's kind of nice too. Now it will mean that I need to order some like of the lighter zippers here once I get lower on stock of them, but I don't use them as often as I do like black and charcoal and navy for whatever reason. Those are like the top colors for zippers, so. Good. Come here. Okay. Well, looks like everything's just gonna come over here for a moment. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Sweet. Okay. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Trim the zippers. Trim the zipper ends. 1 and 2 and down. Thread. Tack it down. I don't get what's happened here, but they're like catching on each other. Okay, there we go. Maybe. Hopefully. It's really annoying. Also saw a pair of my like cheap snips that like honestly are actually better snips. But I promptly misplaced them. It's like they're somewhere in here. I also have like 4 bajillion pairs of them. I think I have 6. I think I wore 1 pair out. And then I've like misplaced the rest of them. The guy that's at the like thing was like super helpful, and he's like, I tie mine to my sewing machine. I'm like, that would work really well, except that these are the snips for like stuff that I'm trimming when I'm like traveling to shows, or like all that last minute junk I can do in the truck basically. So they travel with me a lot. Actually, I think there's a set in my, I gotta remember that there's a set in my like cash drawer. Oh, apparently I already stitched this down. Oh, I must have done it. Oh, cool. Okay, I did it when I was actually doing the seam on the interior. Okay. That works too, I guess, when it works. Anyway, yeah, so it's actually, I think there's a pair in my cash drawer, but they need to stay in there too because they're like the backup pair in case I forget a pair. But I always take a pair with me, so I'm pretty sure most of them are probably in the show kit somewhere. They're like $1 a piece. So it's not like it's like a great loss, but it's just annoying because it's like now I gotta go either get more or spend that time looking for them. And I cannot tell you for sure where I saw them. That's actually the big one right now. So we'll deal with these ones for now until I find the other pair. I'm pretty sure they're over in one of these boxes over here somewhere with the other whips. So that would make sense. All right, we got 2 more to do and then it will be bedtime. Sweet. Trim all the way across. Just kind of clean up that edge a little bit. This is like stiffer interfacing. Get rid of that metal piece because we do not need that in our bags. It's getting stitched over anyway. Okay, we'll just do this as close to the edge as we can. It's not like a structural seam, so I'm not worried about that. It's just a like holding seam. Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, and this one can go here. And last one, the laundry cats. Clear it up, cut across. Then we're going to do this across. There we go. All right. Good. Sweet. 10:05. Look at that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this short stream tonight. It feels really short compared to what we've been doing, and because it is very short compared to what we've been doing. I will be back on tomorrow to box these as mentioned and to do a bunch of the other work. I hope you guys all have a fantastic night, and I'll chat with you really soon. Bye.